Big rod's getting some action with that big bluegill on it. Let's pray it's a catfish and not a gar or a giant turtle. Something is definitely trying to walk off with it.
I see it.
Do me a favor, I'll get preoccupied with this one, kind of keep an eye on them two for me. Yeah, he's trying to walk off with it. Got a big old circle hook on it, so if he really goes, he'll set the hook himself. If it's not a turtle.
True.
On this river, guys, when I'm catfishing, sometimes when I'm fishing for bluegill and brim, I usually go through some turtle. Uh-oh. I see it. That's kind of nasty. But we got the truck 15 yards behind us. Gets too close, we'll get in the truck.
Yeah.
They're just gonna blow through fast. But it broke that high pressure system that was sitting on us. I feel him, he's still on there, but he's not. I wonder if that's a turtle. Oh my heavens. That's a big fish. Look at him go. That ain't no turtle. Y'all see that? He's trying to get me down there to them logs. JB knows to help me. Come on, JB. We're gonna cross all through our lines. Can you reel them in? Never mind. We about to be in them. Got some big head shakes. If I have to re-rig, I just have to re-rig, guys. Because we're in them. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. That happens. Oh no. I know it. Crazy old alligator gar.
Come here, baby.
I know it. I know it. He's got to play down. I need them pliers. I'll get him over here and get that hook out of him, guys. Don't you fall down. These are protected on this river, so don't ever target them if you're fishing this river. In the bucket.
Oh. Lord.
Well, he'll pull my pole off. I thought we had a big old catfish on. Hang on, I know what to do. Worst case scenario, he breaks the line. I'm not used to fishing with other people, guys. I don't want her to fall. She wanted to catch a catfish. Look at them teeth on that guy. I'll give you a little information on these guys. They can cover 60 miles in a day. They can remember your face for 20 years. And that one right there is probably about 60 pounds. I hope ain't no moccasins around here. He's scared of me right now. Hey, he can hear that. Listen, dude, I didn't want you to have my hook any more than you wanted it. And if you'll work with me, we'll get it out of you. Okay? Come here. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you, beautiful. You've been hooked before. On both sides. I've had these guys come up and take the stringer away from me. When you're dealing with a fish this big, don't ever get a hold of that line and wrap it around your hand. All right. I know you're happy. I know you love these guys. There's a guy we used to watch on YouTube that caught a big one over in Louisiana, and they had it up. There's no reason to kill these fish or hurt them. If I can just get to you, I'm gonna get that hook out of you, okay? That's what I thought. Oh. Guys, I got a bad back. And the idea was to pull the hook on through, which I did. Cut the line, pull the hook out, right? Luckily, the hook is pulled far enough that it'll work its way on out of him. But like I said, that's an alligator gar. They have a tremendous memory. They're an incredibly powerful fish. You know, I'm catfishing with a bass rod and a rod that I use out in saltwater, like when I go after flounder and stuff like that. These are a beautiful fish. People used to shoot them with crossbows and stuff, and they almost wiped them out on this river system. I don't think they're endangered anymore, but I'm not a biologist. And but they are protected. So please, if you fish this river system, guys, don't target these fish. Now, they're going to hit the same kind of bait that catfish do. I've been fishing for shellcracker, Connie will tell you, and one about that same size. I'm bumping that worm along for some shellcracker, and he took it. And you know, you can't help it if they take your line. But you know, I've seen people out here and they've got big floats with, you know, a half a chunk of mullet on it. They're fishing for them. Now, Texas, places like that where they're not endangered, it's legal to do that. But here on this river, it's not. So please, if you catch one, don't take it out of the water. Do your best to let the fish recover and get the hook where the hook will come out. All right, guys, let me see what the damage is to these two and get back to fishing. I had a steroid shot earlier this afternoon. If I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have been able to have fought that fish. Now if I can just get up, that's the problem. Wow. We got one on now, guys. He's taking the drag, boo. Yeah, he is. Got some good head shakes too. Yeah, he's taking that drag, isn't he? Lots of good head shakes. That ain't a real big hook. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Wow. That's a big fish. I can't even stand up right now, he's so big. But to that much weight, oh my heavens. That was on that cut bait. That's a big fish, guys. I know it. I'm doing my best. You're gonna have every dog. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It takes time sometimes. It takes time sometimes. Stop. You're gonna get too hot. Hey, we're gonna play him down is what we're gonna do. That's a big fish. Look at him taking it. Look at him taking that. Hey, if that's a catfish, that's a big catfish. But it ain't no blue cat, because it would have come to the surface by now. This is only 20-pound test line, so I just gotta just tire him out. Lactic acid will build up in a fish just like it will a human. And oh, don't go over and get in that line. Don't go get in that line. Wow. I'm almost positive this is a big alligator gar. It's usually a blue cat of any size. You would have had it would have come to the surface by now. Now, flatheads, they don't do that. I don't believe it's a turtle because it's too many runs and too much head shakes. But we're gonna know here in a minute what it is. He's gonna try to make another run. Yep. There are some big fish on this river, guys. I mean, massive ones. I'd like to stand up, but with my back, it's probably safer that I fight it like this until we get him all the way up here, because he's gonna make a lot more runs. That's why having your drag set is always important, guys. Come on back down here, fella. This may be a new PB for me. This ain't no little dude. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Now, I go to catch eating size catfish and I catch monsters. I go to catch monsters and I catch eating size catfish. I don't want them to get jerked in the water. What do we got on here? Alligator? I've had that happen. This may be and I'm hoping it's a flathead, guys. I've caught them here before and put up a huge fight like this. They have more endurance than the blues, but I can't raise him. Yep, there he is right there. There's your river monster. Come on, that thing will hurt you. Come on, come on. Oh. That's what I figured. Once you catch different species of fish, you know, half a dozen times or more, you know what they fight like, you know what they feel like. And they're my favorite fish in the whole world, but I don't like to catch them. And this is a little bitty piece of cut bait on a little bitty hook. That's a little bitty hook. In fact, it's a hook I use for flounder. Really? But I want to get it up here and get that hook out of him. I don't want to cut the line and leave him with, you know, 30 yards of line. I'm just going to have to play him down. Hey. I'm just going to have to play him down. I hope we're still recording. Yeah, it's warm, so it must still be recording. Well, guys, y'all getting to see some river monsters on this video. This is a big one. My biggest one on these is 6'5" and 160 pounds. But I can't even raise this guy. I can't even raise him. I wish I had my cell phone. I'd like to send Miller a video of this one. Maybe I get him to watch it. Look at that. Look at that. JB. See there? You do that every time. You think it's funny to scare them, don't you? Well, don't do that this time, okay? You scared that fish something terrible bad. A little piece of cut bait, and I got a whole head out there that ain't nothing messed with. I wanted about a 2-pound catfish. Well, Walter may not be around this time next year, so I'll be fishing every evening for some. Come on up here, monster. Don't you move. Yeah, he's not as big. He's not my PB. This one's only about 5 foot. You don't have to have huge gear, guys. This is an $11 reel from Walmart. I mean, I don't know if they're that cheap now, but you don't have to have great big gear. What you got to have is time and patience, and not freak out and try to rush the fish. They will tire out and they will come to you. And JB's not going to scare him this time. Do not scare him. Let's get him up here where everybody can see him. Well, I'm sorry. If you'll be good, I'll get that hook right out of your mouth. Don't ever grab that line with a fish this size, guys. Best case scenario, you'd break it, but you could end up in the ER getting sewed up. I've seen that happen too. I just got through telling that don't wrap that around your hand, but you know, this kind of stuff happens to me all the time, and I guess people don't figure I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it happens to us all the time, don't it? You can get a hold of the line, but don't wrap it around your hand. Because if he gets ready to go, he's gonna go. Come here, big guy. Come here, beautiful. I'm not gonna hurt you. I promise. I want so you gotta be able to let go of the line. This one here is only about, he's probably a little over 5 foot. But he's 100 pounds, I can promise you. I can't raise him with this rod. A little bitty piece of cut bait. Y'all watch me cut it and put it on here. I wish my dad was around to see this. People used to bow hunt them, and they nearly wiped them out on this river. Come on, dude. Come on. I want to get that hook out of you and let you go back to hunting. You're a great warrior. He don't want to talk. He wants to fight. There's no reason to ever kill a fish like this, guys. People do it, but there's no reason to kill a fish like this. They're not gonna wipe out the population of fish. This fish will remember what I look like for 20 years. I'll be 75 years old, and that fish will be double that size, and it would remember me if it saw me. I know that she's got my pliers. Oh. Hey, go over and lay down. Come here. Come here. I gotta get my knife. So she did not put the pliers back in the bucket. He's gonna have to keep this hook unless I can get a hold of him, and I don't think he's gonna let me do that. But I don't want to overtax him. And the hook's right there on the edge of his jaw. I might be able to get it. When you got a 100-pound fish on, he might go 120. Luckily, it's right there in the side of his mouth. Look at that tail on that rascal. Would you look at that? I'm not gonna hurt you, big guy. Just let me. Well, come here and let me get that hook out of your mouth. You're trying to talk to me, I understand, but I want to get that hook out of you and get you on your way. Okay? No, we ain't tired down enough yet. Well, I am. He's not. Or she's not. I don't know how to tell you if it's a boy or a girl. I can tell you it's massive. It's bigger than that other one. And insanely powerful. These guys can cover 60 miles in a day. Okay, we're starting to tire out. Come here. If you will let me just get this hook. That knows I'm trying to help it. I know what to do. Come here. Come here. I know what to do. I ain't gonna need pliers. I just gonna need you to hold still for a minute. Okay? We're gonna, JB. Okay, you're free. Hook's all out. See what I mean? Once you get them calmed down and they know that you're trying to help them, they'll hang out right there with you. I'm sorry you got that hook. You were not what I was fishing for. I wanted some catfish. I bet you can catch some big catfish. I bet you're a great hunter. Yeah. You got some big, beautiful teeth, dude. Big, beautiful teeth. And you got some beautiful scales on you. You do. You don't want to wipe these things hard. You want to leave that film on them. Yeah, what a good fish you are. And a fantastic warrior. That's the toughest fight I've had in a long time. It is. What an amazing animal you are. You're absolutely incredible. I can't believe I'm having this experience. I've had them before, but I tell you, it's just absolutely beautiful. Look how big he is. He might be getting close to 6 foot. But wow, you gave me a fight. You sure did. You sure did. And what he's doing here is he's recovering. Remember I told you about the lactic acid buildup? So the lactic acid's built up, and when that happens, you get real stiff. Thank you. He had to give me a good pop with that tail. They love to do that. Right on the backside. You go, boy. You go live free. Wow. I'm done. That little bitty tiny hook held that fish. So for all you guys that think that you got to have these 9/0 circle hooks for these big catfish, that's a gimmick. That was a little 2/0 True turn hook. It's perfect for eating size catfish or dinosaurs. And I managed to pull the hook on through, got the line cut, and that's some tough line. It's faded out, but it's some tough line. It's Trilene Big Game, and no, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I have to put that up for that algorithm thing. Oh my goodness. I'm so thankful for that experience, but I tell you, if I never catch another one, I would rather just see them, because when you're trolling in a boat a lot of times, you'll almost hit them, and they'll wake up and take off. And what they're doing is napping. They'll come up to the surface, and they'll just kind of float and nap. But yeah, well, we got one trying to get this one here now. That fish could cover just about the length of this river before it goes into Alabama in one day. I think there's 90 miles of this river in this state. And believe it or not, that's just not even half grown. They'll get up to 11 and 12 foot. And I'm just so happy we got a good clean release, guys. But they're my favorite fish, but I don't want to catch another one. You see how cool that fish was to just let me pet it and love on it? It realized that I was trying to help it, not hurt it. They're very intelligent. It's fine to take some fish out to eat. And I know people make gar balls and all that, but listen, even if it was legal, I wouldn't keep that fish. I wouldn't have took it out of the water. I'd have done just what I did. I guarantee you none of you have a knife. We got one messing with this one now that would even scratch the scales on that fish. You need a side grinder. I'm hoping this is a catfish. I probably should have set the hook when he was bouncing it. Well, he probably got that minnow. What do you think, bees? Big fish, wasn't it? You got tired? You tired yourself out? I embarrassed you. Well, come here. What'd I do? Well, baby, you would have scared him and we'd have never got the hook out. He loves to scare them. He thinks that's the funniest thing. Oh, I know. I'm just going to bring this in and put a new bait on it. Might as well stay to dark now. But I won't be re-rigging that one. I just don't have it in me to do it. That first fish got the better of me, but that one right there whooped me. Absolutely whooped me. Come here. I knew he got the bait. Now this is a circle hook. I'm gonna put a couple of them on here. Now these are soft enough. If a gar hits that, they're gonna get the bait. But hopefully there's a catfish about right there. That was a mullet. After all that, I'm wondering where that gator's at. There he is. Y'all see that patch of, not this first logs right here, but that second patch, just as you're starting to go into the curve. He's laying right there. I can see his head just up underneath it. He's about 11 or 12 foot. But if you guys want me to film some alligators for you, I know where the alligators are. And if they've cleared that storm damage where I can drive back down in there, I'll go film some alligators for you. Just put down in the comments. That'll be an easy video for me to do on my back, because all I got to do is just go sit down, put my back against a tree, and they'll get curious and start swimming back and forth. And there's one in there that's probably 16 foot. They say alligators don't get over 14. That's not true. Anybody that says that, come with me and I'll show you different. And this place used to be a lot more wild than what it is. You know, we got a guy that's got a house built right here behind us, right on the river. Right around the corner, there's another one. Anywhere that there was private land for somebody to buy up, they bought up and developed it. And it's really sad that they've done that. You go about... Well guys, y'all can see it's got dark on us. And I think this bait I've got's just about too old. The catfish really aren't biting. I've made a few phone calls to guys that I know that run trout lines. And they'll have a few, they said, early in the mornings. And but I think that high pressure system is just sitting over and giving them the lockjaw. And because usually you see some bust up top of the water, and I hadn't seen that, and this is usually a fantastic place to catch them. But you guys got to see some dinosaurs, I mean some real river monsters, and I hope you enjoyed that. And if you will, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps out me and JB a bit. And JB was a big help catching that fish. Mosquitoes are wrapping us up pretty good. And to that one person that always asks me, yes, JB is on heart guard. JB gets better medical care than I do. He's got a great vet. So we're gonna cut out of here, guys, and thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we'll see y'all on the next one, and hopefully we've got the hacking problem taken care of. That was heartbreaking losing all those videos, but that's all right. I'll shoot you guys some more. Y'all have a great one.